Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and to another edition of What I Eat in a Day. So you guys seem to really like my last What I Eat in a Day video, so I thought I'd record another one for you. And today was just a really busy work day for me, so I wanted to show what I eat on days when I don't have a whole lot of time for cooking and I'm just really busy. So come along for the ride. So you guys know I start every day with coffee, but lately I have been hand grinding my coffee beans. Ever since our trip to Guatemala and just learning about the culture around coffee, I've been hand grinding it. It's actually really challenging, so sometimes Kurt does it for me, or sometimes he just bugs me while I do it. But it's actually really sweet how cute he is in the morning. And then I add the ground beans to a French press, and we usually use a French press when there's two of us because it's just easier than doing a drip cup. And then I add some hot water to it and I let that steep for a couple of minutes. And you can see Bodhi in the background there. I can't tell if he's eating his breakfast or picking up scraps off the floor, but he makes a lot of appearances in this video. So yeah, we just let that steep for a couple of minutes and then I move on to my breakfast. And this morning I was making a smoothie. So I add my almond milk to my blender. I love my Blendtec blender. And then I add a banana. This morning I was using a banana. Sometimes I use frozen berries. Sometimes I add mango. Just change it up every once in a while, depending on what I'm craving. And then I add some protein powder. I actually really hate this protein powder. It was recommended to me by my naturopath, and I ran out of my Vega, so I'm just using it up till it's done. But I add some cinnamon to try and mask that flavor, and some almond butter, and then I pack it full of greens. I just love starting my day with greens. It just feels really good. It's definitely one of those health habits that I really can't live without. And then I blend it all up until it's totally smooth. So then I add my smoothie to a bowl. I just love eating my smoothies from a bowl with a spoon, and I top it with some Beekeeper's Naturals bee pollen, which helps with my seasonal allergies, and then some Paleo Foods Crave the Crunch grain-free granola. That's a mouthful, but actually it's really good. They sent it to me and I wasn't sure if I was going to actually enjoy it, and I actually really like it. So then I add our coffee to some mugs for me and Kurt, and sometimes we have breakfast together, sometimes we have it apart. It totally depends on that day, but this day we were able to eat together, and I was just answering some emails on my computer, and I think he was just reading some articles on his phone. But then it's time for my supplements, and I have been loving my Care of supplements. I take them right after breakfast just because I will remember to take them then, but also it's good to have it on a full stomach. So I'm including a discount code below if you guys want to try them out. This isn't sponsored by them or anything. I just really like them. And then I move on to my work. So this morning, I think I was editing a video. I had a lot of things to do today. I just like sitting on the bench in our room, just being able to look outside the window and remember that there's life happening outside of my little apartment is just really inspiring and helps keep me motivated. But I also had a podcast recording this morning, so my friend Britt was on the show, so stay tuned for that episode this week. It's so nice to be able to work on a couple different projects and just break up my day, and sometimes I'm just a total goofball. I totally do not do this. But after the podcast recording, I was starving. I needed lunch immediately, so I added some baby kale to a bowl, and then we had leftovers from dinner the night before. So this is just some orange tofu that I've been testing for the vlog, and also some roasted carrots. So I just chopped up those roasted carrots, and using my hands, because apparently I use my hands a lot when I cook, I just topped those on top of the salad and made a simple dressing, which was just straight up olive oil, and I add some salt and pepper, and this is like a grinder from Simply Organic, and it has a couple different spices added in there just to add some flavor. And that was my lunch. It actually was really, really filling. And then after lunch, I worked a little bit more on the blog and then took Bodhi on a walk. And then we had some errands we had to run. So we went to Target and we went to Whole Foods. And when we were at Whole Foods, Kurt actually bought me an iced coffee, which was very sweet of him. Then around 4 o'clock, after getting some more work done, I ate an avocado brownie and had some LaCroix, and that was just a nice afternoon snack. But around 6, I decided to prep dinner, so I cut up some asparagus and added it to a pan, and then I topped it with some trout, and this is trout that I ordered from Good Eggs, which is a local organic food delivery service. If you guys want to see what I order from Good Eggs, let me know in the comments below. but we have seafood about once a week, and we only get like really good quality seafood, so that's why we only eat it once a week. Otherwise it would get hella expensive. So then we add some, and by we I mean me, because I'm the one cooking. I add some lemon to it and some olive oil, some really good quality olive oil, and some salt and pepper. And then I just like adding some cherry tomatoes on top of that. I picked them up at Whole Foods that day, and I actually did a Whole Foods haul spontaneously, so stay tuned for that video. And this is just the garlic and herb blend from Simply Organic. It's just really simple, and I just add that on top. It's really nothing fancy. This is how I eat on super busy days, but it's just really hearty and filling and healthy. So I top that with some aluminum foil, and I put that in the fridge to marinate for about an hour. And then, of course, I had to have some roasted potatoes, because you guys know how I feel about roasted potatoes. I swear I'm going to do a what I eat in a day video where I don't eat roasted potatoes. Well, actually, I can't promise that. But I just top it with some olive oil and some salt and pepper, and I throw those guys in the oven. And I just asked Kurt to pay attention to them in the oven, because I wanted to do a quick yoga flow just to kind of de-stress from my day. It was a really busy day. Of course, Bodhi has this like weird obsession with laying on my yoga mat every time I pull it out. I don't know why. But then I did a quick yoga flow, so Kurt had an eye on the potatoes, and I just went into my yoga zone, and it was really nice to end the day with a solid stretch and just some movement. I really like ending my day with a workout. So when I was done my yoga flow, I hopped in the shower, and then I had Kurt pull the potatoes out of the oven. He did a killer job. I have taught my young Padawan very well how to make solid roasted potatoes. But while those were being added to the plate, I had the trout in the oven, and it cooked for about 20 minutes at 400 degrees. And it's just so good. And then, of course, the asparagus, and topped it with some cherry tomatoes. And it was just a really solid, filling meal that honestly only took about like 10 minutes to put together. And thank you, Kurt, for helping with dinner. So then added the hot sauce. Have to eat my potatoes with hot sauce, and we need some options always. And then we sat down and ate dinner together. It was kind of late at this point. I think it was around 7:30, 8 o'clock, but that's what happens when you have a really busy day. And it was just nice to just catch up over dinner and hear how his day was and just eat some yummy food. So I just ended the day with some No Worries tea from Yerba Buena Tea Company. It's a local San Francisco company, and I've just been loving their teas. And I add some honey in, which apparently helps with falling asleep and also is really good for my seasonal allergies. And I also had some Rocca chocolate that I picked up at Whole Foods that day. It's a definite splurge item, but it's so good. So if you guys have been enjoying these videos and you want to see more What I Eat in a Day videos, definitely let me know in the comments and give this video a thumbs up. And I would love if you subscribe to the channel. That way I know you're enjoying things and you know when a new video is live. Hope you guys enjoy.